when I was growing up, I didn't really understand that. And I didn't understand it until I saw how it made the world go around. Because I heard money's not everything. And I do agree with that. But let me ask you this. Is money a part of everything?
Yes.
Does it buy you happiness?
Yes.
Some of you are like, no, it doesn't. Okay, I'm going to give you an example. Money doesn't buy you happiness directly. But can it buy you the time to be able to focus on being happy?
Yes.
And time is what?
Money.
So money buys you happiness.
Right.
And I didn't understand these things. And I'm starting today's event off with this because we're going to talk about two things specifically and how we've taken these two things and created an ultimate opportunity out of it. And these two things, when I talk about them, are not meant to be offensive. They're not meant to make anybody feel bad. They are just designed to allow you to come into a proper way of thinking. Because everything we've done up until now is what got us here today. And that goes for everybody. The decisions we made yesterday is why we're here today. Does everybody agree with that?
Yes.
If, in the last 5 years, you at one point in your life said, I want more, I need to have more, I'm looking for more, then today you get to decide whether in the next 5 years things will be different. Does that make sense so far?
Yes.
So, I would like to ask an honest question, and please give me an honest answer, okay? Who feels that in the next 5 years, they can improve on their life?
Right here.
Okay, and who wants to improve on their life?
Right here.
Okay. And so you'll notice that there's going to be a lot of interaction as we do that. So the reason that people here are excited today is because a couple of years ago they said, I want to do something different. I want to be something different. I want to have more. And now they're experiencing it. And one of the ways they're experiencing it is we are actually paying them to be excited. We actually, right before this event, we do a training, right? And we go, all right, you've not done business before. You don't have experience in building business. So here's the first step. Got to be excited about life. And when we go into this event, I'm going to ask all kinds of questions. And when I ask questions, if you agree with it, here's what your responses have to be. One of these things. Yup, that's right here. So, who here wants to make more money?
Right here.
See how that worked? Very easy, right? That's the first step to being able to go out there and do better.
Right.
Learning something new or learning something different. And the two things I'm going to talk about to you today are health, because it's become a great commodity. Health is very important. Would you guys agree?
Yes.
Who agrees that health is important?
Right here.
And it's something that we don't think about when we're young. True or not true? How old are you? And you're very young. And when somebody's 19 years old, what's your name? Andrew. Everybody say hi, Andrew.
Hi, Andrew.
Andrew, who are you here with? Ilana. Good guy to be here with. Okay?
That's true.
And now he's 19, your name's Andrew, he's 19 years old, and you heard whatever you heard to come out here today. You look like you're dressed up pretty sharp. And as you heard about all these things, we're not at 19 years old thinking about what life is going to be like at 65. Is that true or not true?
True.
You're like, man, how can I take care of my next week's bills, my next month's bills? And we go through that over and over and over again for about 40 years till we get to 65. And before we realize it, it's too late. So what I'm going to talk about today is health and how it's become a great commodity, not for people who are 65 years old, but for people like Andrew, who are 19 years old and are going to end up realizing it's a big commodity. The second thing I'm going to talk about is wealth. Lack of it and how to make it. Now here's the part where it gets very interesting, okay? Before I talk about money and wealth and all these things, I would like to ask for your permission to talk about these things because I don't want to offend anybody. But talking about money can usually become offensive to some people, especially when there's a lack of it. Isn't that true?
Yes.
So do I have your permission to talk about money?
Yes.
I need to hear everybody. Do I have your permission to talk about money?
Yes.
Okay. And one day when we were talking about it, a lady came up and she goes, why you always got to talk about money? Money? That's the root of all evil. And we were like, well, what do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? She said, it is. Money changes people. It causes wars. People kill people for it. People are scared of it, but they can't live without it. I said, no. It's not. Who sold you that plan? know what, lady, I have a huge solution for all of your problems. If money's evil, give me all your evil. And she said, no. What do you mean? I can't do that. And she had no idea what she's talking about. So it's not the money that's evil. It's the lack of it. It's not having enough and doing enough to get by. That causes people to focus on the wrong things in life. And so we're going to talk about health and wealth, and in the process of doing that, how Nuviza, this project, that now we are celebrating our 5th year in business, is going around out there and changing the way people think. Because for things to change, we have to change. We have to change the way we think. Does that make sense at least?
Yes.
So as we share these ideas and philosophies and the way we do business, am I controlling this or are you controlling it? I'm controlling? Cool. Okay. There's a couple of parts. There's 5 parts to our business that by the end of the next 20 minutes, when you look at it, I want it to make sense to you. And I'm going to share with you enough information so that in 20 minutes time, you're going to be able to look at this and say, well, I've never done anything like this before, but I can learn. And then 6 months from now, you can look back on today and say, wow, 6 months ago I made the best decision of my life. Everything started to change. I'm going to give you enough information to do that, because that's what I would want you to do for me if I was sitting in your seats. Am I making sense with that?
Yes.
So how we do what we do, basically the industry that we participate in, the company, who we are, the products, what we specialize in, the results that people get, basically who's doing it, and the compensation plan, how we get paid. We save the best for last. Okay? With these 5 elements, we are creating what we're calling the largest shift of wealth across the world in the history of mankind. And how does that happen? Well, I'll give you an example. Who here has heard of Apple?
Right here.
Everybody knows. Did you know Apple has more money than the United States of America? Did you guys know that? Well, now you do. They have the ability to buy the entire, imagine a company being able to buy an entire country.
Crazy.
Is that powerful?
Yes.
So what if, way back when Apple first started, because who's seen the movie Steve Jobs?
Right here.
Okay, about how he started and all the difficulties that he went through, etc., right? Not in their garage. But imagine you're one of the people that had a chance to sit down with Steve Jobs when he was just starting out, and he said, well, I have this idea called Apple. Here's what we got to do with it. It's gonna take all of our investment, all of our money, all of our effort, all of our time to put it in there, and we can do it. And by the way, in the next 30 years, we're going to be so big, we can buy the country you live in. Who would have believed him at that time? Most won't. So the reason is because he saw it happening, and he had the right elements. Anytime a company has the right elements, it's going to explode. In our business, here's how it works. The reason we put together the idea of what we have going on here is we looked at what is called the 40-40 plan. The 40-40 plan is this. Every time people grow up, at 18 to 22 years old, they go through what we call the college experience, right? Usually at 25, they're just entering the career. And at 25, from 25 to 65, they work 40 years for their career. And in that process, in that time, 40 hours a week is how often they work, how much they work, hoping that by the time they reach 65, they're doing well financially. Makes sense so far, right? That's why we all go to school, that's why we go to work, right? The problem happens is when they get to 65, they didn't get to where they want to get to. Because the 40-40 plan says that by the time you retire at 65, you're going to only have 40% of your income available to you. If you're lucky enough for Social Security to still be around by that time. Now, we all know that's not going to happen. Okay? So how we looked at it was, well, for every 100 college graduates who were studied in this research that was done, where did they end up financially? They found that 1% retired wealthy. Out of everybody, only 1 retired wealthy. 4% financially stable. That means they're not super wealthy, but they're not destitute, they're not broke. So far, so good. 5% were still working. Now, you're 65 years old. Let's put our mind there. At 65, do you want to still be working because you need to make money?
No.
At that time, you'd want to be enjoying a little bit more of life. So what ends up happening is they don't realize it until they get there. 28% were dead, 62% were dead broke, or they wish they were dead. They didn't make it. So you look at these percentages, okay? Now remember, these are college graduates. We go to school so we can learn, educate ourselves, how to have a better life. Yet, most of the people that you know, and you think about this, and you tell me, do most of the people that we know, are they well off financially, or are they struggling? Do you know more people that are all set financially, or more people that are living paycheck to paycheck? Who knows people that went to college and graduated? Okay, and went to college and graduated and still live paycheck to paycheck. So that wasn't the solution. But when I was growing up, they told me if you want to be successful, you have to go to school, get your grades, be a doctor, lawyer, engineer, do something with computers maybe, and that's how you're going to make it. And that wasn't the case. So looking at this and say, well, why is it that so few people make it big time in life? Because you all heard the expression, the guy on top makes all the money, the guy below does all the work. Who's heard that before? Okay, and most of the time we're taught to be who? The guy on top or the guy below? What does school teach you to do? How to go get a job. So you're 19, very impressionable. And at 19, 20, 25 years old, 30 years old, you're still impressionable. 40, life beats you up a little bit, you're not as impressionable. Now you're kind of stubborn. 50, you feel like it's too late. Can't make any changes. 60, oh man, time's up. But at what point in life are we going to say, all right, I don't want to end up down here, I want to end up over here? When do you think is the best time to start?
Now.
Yesterday. When the best time is now? Does this make sense so far?
Yeah.
Like I said, none of it is meant to be offensive, but hey, let's wake up and smell the Tango coffee that's in your hand. We found out there's 3 types of earners. First type, minimum wage earner. We all know this. We've probably done some of it before. Who's ever had to earn minimum wage at a job, just starting out? Everybody. You start somewhere, right?
That's true.
So we looked at how much a minimum wage earner earns, about $8 an hour, okay? And if they were to go out there and buy a gallon of milk, what would it cost them? About 30 minutes worth of work. You'd have to work 30 minutes to be able to afford 1 gallon of milk. Now, that doesn't make too much sense, but that's what ends up happening. We looked at the next guy in the earning capacity. Not the minimum wage earner, someone who has a decent career making about $16 an hour. Who wouldn't mind making $16 an hour? Like, that's pretty good, right? Not down at the bottom, but not at the top. Right? Median wage earner, $16 an hour, same gallon of milk, has to work 13 minutes to do that. Okay, so that's a little easier, but still, working about a quarter of the time to be able to afford 1 day doesn't make too much sense. Look at the next guy in line. We call him the profits earner. These are usually the guys on top because they make all the profits. They hire you to work for their companies. And for example, we'll use Apple again. Great company, great products, sexy products. And they are one of the most powerful companies in the world. You go to Apple store, do you think the guys working at the store selling you the stuff get a percentage, a share of any of the growth of the company? No. But so who makes all the money? Guys on top. Who does all the work? Guys on top. So here's what happens with the guys on top. We took across the world all the average incomes of profits earners and said, let's take the absolute lowest one we can find. We're going to use $5,000 an hour because that's the absolute lowest we can find. That same gallon of milk. Now, does the price of the gallon of milk change based on how much you make per year? No. It's the same thing. For them to be able to afford the same gallon of milk, about 2 seconds worth of work. So if I was to ask anybody, I'm going to ask you, if you had a choice, which way would you like to be? A, B, or C? C. Everybody's going to say C. C makes sense. However, to get to C, to do what this guy does, you got to learn what this guy learned. You have to be willing to take a little bit of risk. Because when Bill Gates was first starting out, or when Steve Jobs was first starting out, was there risk? Yeah, you got laughed at. Oh, you're crazy. You're an idiot. When they dropped out of college to pursue their dream, crazy. You're even more crazy. But today, who's laughing? Bill Gates' friends told him, hey, you're crazy, Bill. Yeah, he's crazy. He's crazy rich. They're crazy
That's
broke.
true.
It's a big difference between the two. And again, this is not meant to be offensive, but it's like, well, what can you do? Because what do people do to make more money? What are some of the things that they do? Oh, we know. We've been there. They go get a second job. Who's done that before? Do the same thing over and over again, get the same results, right? They go work more hours. There's only so many hours to work. Anybody want to spend their life working?
No.
We want to enjoy a little bit?
Yes.
Okay. Go back to school. Well, if you went and did that the first time around and it didn't work out, if you go back and do it again, would you expect a different result or the same? Most people will try to make it different. The result is ending the same. So we looked at that and said, all right, lotto. Who plays the lotto? Anybody who did that? Now we know that you have a better chance of getting struck by lightning twice before winning the lottery. But do people still play it? Why? Because there's an advertisement that goes, hey, you never know.
You never know.
Because you're like, hey, you never know. There's no guarantees, but we'll still put the money into it.
That's true.
True or not true? Finally, franchise business. We could do franchise business, but it takes a little bit of money, or a lot of money. It takes time, takes knowledge, takes information, and it takes a waiting list if you want to open up a McDonald's. Now, who's ever worked at an Abercrombie and Fitch, like a mall type of job, where they told you, in order to work here, you have to buy some of our outfits? Who's had that happen? Or who knows somebody who's done that? Did you guys know that that's what's required?
Yes.
Because why do you think, if you work at Abercrombie and Fitch, they don't let you walk in wearing clothes from Walmart? Why do you think that's the case? Does anybody know? No one knows?
Well, they might like a shirt, and then they're going to ask them where, and then they might go back to Walmart.
Yeah, you're promoting. You're promoting for Abercrombie and Fitch. Now, is it fair that you have to buy the clothes to work there?
No.
But if you don't like it, what happens? Can't get the job. Does it make sense to do that? But it's still done. But now, what if they said, well, here, if you buy our clothes and you work with us, not only will we allow you to work with us, we'll show you how to do this thing, and as a matter of fact, as you come in and do it, when customers come in and walk in and buy the clothes, we'll give you a small percentage of everything they buy. Are you a little bit more interested now?
Yes.
You're like, okay, I understand why you buy your clothes. I don't mind putting in the money now, and I'll make a little bit more later. But they don't do that. So here, we looked at all these opportunities and said, well, what if there's a way to work hard, work smart, without needing to sacrifice like that? Our industry across the world right now is allowing people just like you, to start off with nothing and from scratch and build up a massive business. And here's how they're doing it. Across the company, oh, this is really hard to see, huh? Across the industry, network marketing generates over $200 billion per year. Is that a lot of money?
Yes.
To give you a perspective, it's something in comparison. The NFL, world of NFL, does only $67 billion per year. Bigger than the NFL, and that's a pretty big organization, right? There's over 100 million people doing business of some kind in our industry. The average earner for a top earner is about $20,000 a month. Now, who wouldn't mind with making $20,000 a month? You're like, that's pretty good. Like, you didn't have to ask. But did they start off making $20,000 a month? What do you think? No. Trillion-dollar industry is what we participate in. There's about 30,000 different network marketing companies around the world. So when people ask us, well, what makes you different? And they look at how we do things, you're really different. I've never seen it before. And the reason is because out of 30,000 companies, I'm sure you've heard of some opportunities before. Companies like Organo Gold, Herbalife, Amway, Market America, Quickstar. Who's heard of some of these companies? Okay. Unfortunately, and they're great companies, by the way. Unfortunately, because we're kind of in a similar industry, we have to call ourselves network marketing. But until we find a better explanation for what we do, we'll do that. Okay? How do we do what we do? Very, very simple. Oh, this guy is the guy that came up with this whole idea 5 years ago. Don't worry about him. He's kind of crazy. But I hear he's a nice guy every now and then. We launched January 1 of 2011. Okay? In 5 years' time, as of this past week, we have officially broken 13,000 people around the world. 13,000 people around the world. We're headquartered right here in New York City. We're one of the very few network marketing companies to do that. We have all these kinds of things operating. Here's what makes us super, super unique. We have the world's first and only, in the entire existence of the industry, what is called the Mega Line Compensation Plan. Okay? Once I explain to you how that works, it's going to flip your lid on how you thought of business, especially if you've been approached by some of these other companies before. Now you'll see why out of 30,000 companies we're different. Instantly gratifying and immediately life-changing products. Of course, we're my majority, US, Canada, Mexico, we ship to about 30 countries around the world right now. Okay? So, what do? We participate in the 4 biggest industries in the world. First one, health. We know health is important. Skincare, why? We know people want to look pretty, be beautiful, or just want to look better. Coffee. Why coffee? It's the second most heavily traded commodity on Wall Street. It's second only to gold, oil. It's known as the black gold. So if you have a choice to participate in one industry or the other, coffee is the easier one to do. Okay? Energy drinks. Do people drink energy drinks?
Yes.
Is it good for you?
No.
No, it's not good for you. Not at all, actually. It's very bad for you. What we've done is we've taken the energy drink market and we've turned it upside down and actually made it very good for you. The longer you drink our energy shot, the better you feel. And instead of having all the energy come from sugars packed into the drink, it comes from all the natural extracts that are packed into our drink. Okay, so you'll see how that works in a little bit. First one we call the Instant Solution. This is our skincare line, and how we make it work, how people get excited about it, is that if they use it, within 2 minutes, they'll see an immediate result. They'll see a change in their face, in their skin, in their body. Okay?
Nice.
As far as I know, we're still the only company in existence that has a 2-minute guarantee, a 2-day guarantee, and a 30-day guarantee on our products. So what does that tell you about our products? They pretty much work, okay? So the skincare line is called Era. It's all natural again, and you're into the skin thing, that's going to be awesome for you. We have our instant nutrition products, starting with the DTX. The DTX product, we don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to go right through it and breeze through it. If you want more information, talk to the friend that invited you here, they'll share it with you, okay? You've had a chance to sample some of our products already. The DTX is a full body detox that works in about 24 hours. Okay? Here's what that means. Who eats food every day? Okay. Why do you eat food every day? You need to fuel the body, right? When you eat food, body breaks it down, absorbs the nutrition, and eliminates whatever's left over, which is considered waste. Well, the problem happens when the food that we eat is genetically modified, chemically treated, pesticide treated, okay, and the body doesn't know what to do with these things. And what ends up happening is that stuff stays in the system. Now, when you're young, you don't really feel it too much. Aside from people getting that pooch, okay, it's like develop this little bulge right here that they can't get rid of, okay? When they get this pooch over here, that's when that buildup is reached maximum capacity. After that, you're screwed. So what we did is we said, well, what if we can make a product that instead of needing to use it for like 6 months or a year at a time, you can use it today, and by tomorrow you'll see a physical difference in the body. Nice. And that's what the DTX does. So we tell all of our customers, here, take a picture today, do our detox, take a picture tomorrow, put them side by side, and within 24 hours you can see a physical change in the body.
That's true.
So when customers see that, how do you think they feel about the product?
Excited.
Like, wow, I've never seen anything like this before. Everything we do is immediate and instant gratification as a result of that. Okay? Burn is a fat burner product. People who want to lose weight or people who want to tone up. Ideally, the best way to do that is to work out at a gym. However, most people either are lazy, don't have time, or don't have the energy. So the fat burner helps, and it aggressively burns the fat on the body naturally. Okay? Again, EMZ, actually, you know what? Better than me explaining it to you, I'm going to show you how the products work, because seeing is believing. Isn't that true?
Yeah.
So I need a sexy assistant. Kelly, come on. Do we have the... Do we have the pudding here? Bring the pudding up. So, Helen, you can grab that. We're going to use pudding. Okay, the reason we use pudding is because it's high combine dairy, fats, sugars, carbs, gluten, all the things that you would find that's difficult for the body to break down can be found in a cup of pudding. Okay? And we're going to take that EMZ. As you'll notice, it's all capsules. We don't do any pills or anything like that. Here, open this for me. Why are you so nervous? I'm the one up here talking for an hour. Okay, the reason we use pudding is because you can see it's semi-solid state. Okay, it's not going anywhere. Cool?
Yes.
And I'm going to have her stand right here. I'm going to have her open up the capsule. Raise your hand so that they can see. And you can see the powder falling into it. Okay?
Nice.
Okay. So what the EMC is going to do right now is it's going to mix and combine. And yes, you can do the timer for me. Go ahead, start mixing it. And because it's not a liquidy product, you will actually be able to see the effects immediately. Okay, you timing it? So far it's been 10 seconds? Okay. So what's going to happen right now is our enzymes, which is what the EMZ product is, going to break it all down. And let's see how long it takes for it to completely dissolve the whole cup. 24 seconds so far. Okay, that's enough. Don't trip on me. Tell me when the minute is up. You can already see it, huh?
Yeah.
That's been about 40 seconds, let's say. 45 seconds. Pretty effective?
Yes.
Never realized a minute could be so long, right? Time. All right. Raise it up.
Nice.
Okay, that's a minute. So people are like, how does he do that? Because I'll have people ask me, how does he do that? My response, I have no idea. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. I don't want to be. I'd rather just show you what it does. Let the product do the talking. Who can let a product do the talking for them? And turn that into dollars in your pocket. Simple, right? Some people are like, well, that looks like chocolate milk. It is. Yum. Nice. Try it later if you like. I like chocolate milk. But that's what our products do. See, when you have a product that speaks for itself, there's no longer a skill required. Now we can just focus on being excited, saying, yep, that's right, and telling people, take a look at how it works. Take a look at how it works. Take a look at how it works. People learn to do that. Okay, so when I say you gotta learn something new, that's what I was talking about. The one shake is our end-all, be-all shake. It's a meal shake, protein shake, all in one. It's super good, has 0 sugars, and people can use it to either bulk up and build muscle for all our gym heads out there. And for people who want to lose weight, get fit, they can do it and use it for that too. So we have finally our energy line. This is Instant Energy Line. Ego is our energy shots. It's a small 2-ounce shot bottle. You drink it, it tastes very, very good. It's very good for you. And it makes you happy in 3 different ways. Energy, mood, and libido. And I don't know why people get excited when I tell them those things, but they do. And it might be a little bit of the libido thing, okay? Tango is the same thing as our ego, but it's coffee. This is an energy fruit flavor shot. This is an actual coffee. Now, some of you guys had a chance to sample the Tango. Okay, who had a chance to get some Tango? And
Right here.
Yeah.
does it taste good?
Yes.
Okay. And it is very simple. It's the highest quality coffee you can find, embedded with all these energy, mood, and libido ingredients. Okay. Gia is a 5-hour energy coffee. It's more like the Arabian coffee, which is it's like a super shot. Okay, it's very, very strong. Some people like the coffee strong. You take it, put in a little bit of water, you drink it, you're good to go. You're bouncing off the walls for about 5 hours. Yankee, end all be all. This is a complete light supplement. What does that mean? It has 9 light complexes. It's for people that, at the end of the day, on the go, busy, and they want to make sure that the body has all the things that they need to maintain health. Can be found in the Genki. So we went to GNC. You guys know GNC, this is the vitamin store, right? And we tried to do a comparison for one of our boxes, what it would equal to in products purchased from there, there's about 35 bottles on the table, and $700 later to equal one of our boxes of Genki. To give you a comparison, okay? We did another comparison, it was about $1,500 for the product from another shop. And that is actually, you can find online on one of our sites. So, the Genki is an end-all be-all. Now, those are all the products. And with all the products, what we've done is, we've made it easy for people to share results. Because again, seeing is believing. So when you talk to people, like this person who lost some weight, can you guys see this? Because I'm standing right next to it, I can barely see it. So, maybe we can turn the lights off in the back. See if we can get a little romantic in here. So, usually we call her our sexy customer. Okay, and you can see that over there. There we go. That's a little better, right?
Yes.
Okay. Jeff, is Jeff here? Yeah, Jeff is in the back. You can see the change in his body. I think he lost like 30-something pounds. 38 pounds. Pretty good. Stephanie, where's Stephanie? Is she here? Oh yeah, she's one of the red girls having you guys sign in. So when you see people get results like this, does it make it easy to share something that can be life-changing for somebody?
Yes.
Okay, so what we did is we said, all right, what if we can take that and make it pay out 8 different ways? Can you guys see me okay?
Yes.
Sure. 8 ways, because that's what successful people do. Successful people have a system that allows them to capitalize and diversify their income. So our comp plan allows for 8 different ways of making money. And here we go. Let me ask you, in terms of money, can an extra $100 a month help out?
Yes.
It's not gonna do anything magical, right? But it can help pay what? What would you do with an extra $100? What's your name? Antonio. Everybody say hi, Antonio.
Hi, Antonio.
Okay. What would you do with an extra $100?
Pay for my phone.
Phone bill.
Nice.
Right? Okay. What else? How about a nice dinner? For one, not for 2. Right? You want to have a date? You got to do a little bit more than $100 extra a month. Okay. How about? Hello. I'm not very tech savvy, so excuse me. How about $500 every month? That's a little better, right?
Yes.
You're like, okay, it's getting there, and now I can afford that date for 2. And have some left over. Some will build. Okay, how about $1,000 every month? An extra $1,000 a month. Now, we're gonna. I don't want to talk big numbers, okay? Because I don't want to hype like a lot of these other companies do. I just want to give you perspective on how it can grow. See the big picture? Let's start from step by step.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
$1,000 a month is not going to change your life, but it can definitely change your zip code.
That's true.
Right or wrong?
Right.
$2,500 a month. Now that's a little better. Part-time business, $2,500 a month. How does that work? We can show you. It's very, very simple. Point, say, look how it works. They ask you how. I don't know. Try it. Boom, done. $2,500 a month. How about $5,000 a month? For most people, $60,000 a year is comfort level because you're kind of comfortable. That I would say is life-changing. Let's take it one step further. $10,000 a month. Who wouldn't mind reaching a 6-figure income?
Right there.
Okay. Now here's the thing about that. Most won't. If you're making $10,000 a month in America, you're considered the top 5% of the United States of America. And how many people in America? About 300 million people. So there's more people not making it there. But what if there was a way to make it there? And we kept it very simple. And that's the whole idea behind this. How do you do that? Very simple. First step to getting started. We have 3 simple steps to success in our business. You enroll. You become a member of the whole program. Okay, as you enroll, you activate your position by going platinum. And we'll show you what that means in a little bit. Then you qualify. Become a superstar. To become a superstar, it looks like this. You go and you find 3 people, just like you, who are looking for a way to go out there, do something different, or become healthier, or have more energy, or look better, feel better, have better skin, whatever it is. As I'm explaining everything, I'm sure somebody came to mind, like, oh, I know somebody who could lose some extra weight. Oh, I know somebody who takes energy drinks. I know somebody who drinks coffee, right?
Right.
So we say only 3 is what you need. Okay, and here's how it starts to look like. You go out there. Right now, as the company has been building, we have what is called a mega line team. So remember I said earlier, we are the only company in existence that has something called the mega line compensation plan?
Right.
Here's what that means. Everybody that's in the company right now is known as the mega line team. Okay? The second you enroll, you get placed into that same mega line team. So you end up like right here. That's you. Okay, what does that mean? That means that immediately after you, all of the people, the customers, the promoters, distributors around the world that become part of the company become part of your team. They become part of your business. That means you get to make money from everything they do. And how that works is you, over here, just positioned yourself. The bigger the company gets, the more members we have, the more customers we have, the more money you and everyone else makes. Fair concept so far?
Yes.
Okay, so how do you maximize on this? It takes 3 promoters to get 3 customers, okay? Here's your 3. You say to them, and we actually have a training that shows you how to do this. Here's what you say. Hey, are you looking to make some extra money? What would most people respond to with that?
Yes.
Sure, what do I have to do? And this is what you say. I have no idea, but I can actually introduce you to one of the directors in my company who can explain to you what they're looking for, and they'll show you what to do. Are you looking to make some extra money? They'll say, sure, hook me up. Simple, step by step. Who can learn to do that?
Right here.
You can learn to do that? Here's what it starts to look like. They come in, they get their own products going on, they're going out there getting their own customers. You have nothing to do with it. They're just part of your business. When this happens, you make about $500. Now, is that a lot of money?
No.
But it's more than what you had before.
Yes.
Okay? They get to do the same exact thing. That as the mega line grows, these people become here, and they become part of here, and all these people that they start referring, all the customers, all the promoters, become part of your organization, and you get paid over and over and over on them, again and again. So from 500 you get to 1,000, from 1,000 you get to 3,500, and all you did was start with 3. Is that a fair compensation plan?
Yes.
Okay, you don't have to be responsible for the whole world. Just start with 3. And from 3, you can grow it as big as you want to. So systematically, what it starts to look like, as you grow your business, it becomes very simple. You have tools that we allow you to use to build a business. We have, for example, the professional website that you get. It's embedded with all of your information so that when customers visit it, you don't even have to be there. You can just post a link somewhere. Somebody goes onto the website and they're like, hey, this looks pretty cool. What does this do? They find out what the products do and they buy. Even if you're not there, you still get paid.
Nice.
Does that make sense so far?
Yes.
We have what we call Nuviza University, which is a training system. Founders coaching calls. I hand select some people to train their organization and help you develop that organization. Enhanced virtual office system is what tracks all your customers for you, so you don't even have to be good at math. All of it is done automatically for you. We are a completely cloud-based business. You guys know what cloud-based means, right? It's all web. No infrastructure in physical locations needed. But we do have an office space right here in Times Square. It's down the street that you can utilize for your business if you want to. If you want to work from home in your pajamas, you can do that. Or if you feel like you want to feel a little bit corporate, go to the office. It's in Times Square. And you can do business from there.
Right.
Sound good?
Yes.
So how do we get there? Very simple. You have 3 enrollment options as you go out there and build the business. We call it the basic, the entrepreneur, and the platinum. Okay? Basic is very simple. Remember I said we have 8 ways of making money, 8 income streams. As a basic, you get half of that, 4 income streams, and you get a product set that you get to utilize, you get to share and show while you go out there and build the business. In the process of doing that, you get some extra bonuses on the side that you're able to earn off of. We call it fast start bonus. Okay? Some people are a little bit more ambitious. They're like, well, basic's $249, but I got a little bit more than that. I want to go full blown in my business. I don't have a lot of time, but I do want to maximize. So the entrepreneur allows for 6 of the 8 income streams. You get the product set, a little bit more products, you get more fast start bonuses, and the mega line bonus starts to kick in as soon as you become an entrepreneur. So all of the efforts of everybody's in the business can help you make a little bit more money, okay? Some people are more aggressive, they want to go platinum. That unlocks all 8 income streams. You get more products. You still get the same tools, but you get 9 levels of fast start bonus. So 3 times the levels of fast start bonuses that you would normally earn, and triple the Mega Line shares. That means you triple your pay, whereas normally you'd get 1, you get 3. Okay, so systematically it's very simple. Your next step, you get to decide how ambitious you are, how ambitious you want to be, and you go and you build it. You can become a team builder by qualifying yourself as a platinum leader. You can become a product promoter by qualifying yourself as a member, or you can become a product user, and as a product user, you're a national Nuviza customer going out there, living it up, having a healthier lifestyle, having a little bit more fun. As we wrap up our event for today, I have a couple people who have been going out there and, I got the whole essay here, okay, doing what they got to do to build their business and helping people around the world work hard. So when I call your name, run up here like a champion. Elan Guajardo. Yeah. Jessica Chan and Diana Pasto. What's the name for the ladies? Ladies first. Okay. How are you? Ready? Okay. Don't be too nervous. Okay. So I have Diana here, and I was reading about you on the thing. I heard you got some really good results with the products.
Yes, I did.
What kind of results did you get?
I lost about 25 pounds in about 3 months.
25 pounds in 3 months? Did you go to the gym and work out and all that?
Not doing for me.
So how did you lose 25 pounds on the products?
Basically, using the products, and eventually I was starting to eat less and less, and that was it.
You starved yourself?
No.
What do you mean by eating less and less?
Meaning that I will feel full just eating once, it's because a lot of times I will eat and like 30 minutes later I will eat more. That was me before.
So the products help curb your appetite.
Yes.
Okay, and so for somebody, because I'm sure there's all kinds of products out in the world, true or not true. So somebody who's tried products before and didn't get the results, what advice would you give them to be able to realize that they can get results here?
That if they tried products before, it doesn't matter if it's like a girlfriend, because when girlfriends cheat on you doesn't mean that another girl is going to cheat on you. So, for something new, obviously do it the right way. If you really want good results, then you're going to work for it. So,
That's pretty simple information, right? That's right. Let's give Diana a roll. Okay, you can stand on this side. You just sit up here real quick. So, Jessica, I heard you also get some really good results with the products. I'm looking at your face to make sure. And do we have her before picture?
Yes.
Let's pull it up. See what kind of results she got. She's pretty, isn't she?
Yes.
Everybody just stare at her and see if we can make her nervous. Do we have her picture? If not, it's okay. We can. So tell us what's happening in the picture that he's about to pull up. Like what type of results were you looking to get when you started using the products? Which products did you use? And how fast did it allow you to see the results that you got?
When I first started, I know our products are really sexy, but I didn't expect the results that I got because I had a bacterial infection, and then in 10 days, when you look at the picture, it's completely gone. You can barely tell I had anything happen to me. It's been about 2 months now, so you see the picture. And that was a 10-day result, and my face right now is a 2-month result.
Nice.
That's pretty good, huh? No scarring or anything like that? No scarring. Are you wearing any makeup?
Just around my eyes. I use the cleanser and I use the night cream.
Telomere night. Okay, cool. So you use the products and you got some pretty good results. I think that's pretty good for her, right? And give her a round of applause. Job. Good to see you again. So, Louis, I think you just recently got started in our business, right? Last Thursday. So it's been exactly 1 week. I heard you're making some pretty big moves.
We're going to try to do that better than what we're doing right now.
Let me ask, what were you doing before network marketing, before this business?
I've been in the wireless industry. I was working for T-Mobile for about 15 years pretty much. And I started doing networking marketing with Solar 3 years ago.
Okay, so you were doing traditional business. You had your own wireless store type of thing?
That's correct. I had a couple of stores, and also we were doing like international shipping to different countries, wholesale.
Okay, so you come from a traditional business background, in the sense of the word. So what was it about network marketing that you saw that you got excited about that allowed you to say, hey, you know what, I want to try building a business and a team?
Network marketing is great because you don't get to work by yourself. You're working with everybody. You really have a real team. You don't pack all the money. You share ideas. You share experience with everybody else. So it's awesome to give an opportunity to other people that they didn't have the opportunity to open their traditional business.
What is it about Nuviza that got you excited?
I don't know how exactly to explain it to you. All these young people so excited. And then when we were Saturday was this, when we tried the IRA, that took like 2 minutes to look younger, to lose.
So first you saw young people, then you tried our Make You Younger product called and so you're like, I'm young all over the place, let me relive my life and do it right the first time around, second time. Alright, congratulations. Let's give Louis a round of applause. Last but not least, Elan's been on fire.
That's true.
Actually, as of this past week, he had some pretty aggressive growth in his business, and I know he's been doing a kick-butt job. I heard you're getting ready to expand out to California now from New York. So, what were you doing before Nuviza? What were you doing for work, school, whatever? What was going on in your life?
Just going to school, working part-time at Starbucks. Just working school.
Just working school. Like a typical teen growing up, getting ready to become an adult, right?
Yes.
So what happened? You're working at Starbucks and all of a sudden you end up going from making coffee to owning a business that can help you turn that coffee into millions of dollars. How did that happen?
A friend called me and she asked me if I'm looking to make some extra money, and I said, yeah.
She followed our training system, huh? So did it work?
Yes.
Okay, and so right now you have a group that's fast growing, and seeing as somebody who is being represented as a leader in the East Coast right now, what is a word of advice that you'd have for somebody who's brand new, just getting started, and they want to make the system work? What would you advise them to do?
Go to training, talk to your upline sponsor, the person who introduced you to the company, and don't let them go.
Don't let them go, what do you mean?
Meaning sometimes, because this was my first company, I never tried another company, so there was a lot of questions that I needed to answer. And the only person that gave me answers that were actually real answers was the person doing the business. Other friends or family that have no experience in the business.
That's true.
So you found an expert basically and learned from them.
Yes.
Okay, where do you see this business going for you in the next couple of months, couple of years?
Oh man, it's just gonna get crazy. We're just gonna help everyone travel, make more money, and live a different life.
That's right.
Give it a round of applause. I'm excited about your visit and live in. So, anyways, as you heard from a couple of different people, everybody has their own story. Okay? Everybody comes from a different background. They have their own desires. They have their own goals in life, right? And I believe we all have some kind of goal in life. But sometimes along the way, we lose sight of how to make that happen. And I'm going to finish off today's event with a story that really brings home that whole feeling of, I want to do more, is it possible for me? Because I know when I was looking at the industry way long ago, I was thinking to myself, all right, it makes sense. If it makes sense, it can make money. Numbers don't lie. We know all of these things. But how can I get started? How can I go out there and make it work for me? Especially coming from a background where a lot of my friends had tried a lot of these other companies, like the Amways and the Herbalife and all these other businesses, and they're like, well, I tried it, it didn't work. And I looked at them and said, well, I can compare myself to you and say, well, if I'm going to try something, it's not going to work for me either, or I can ask the proper question. How can I make it work for me?
Right.
And there's a story about a little boy named Johnny. Johnny's one of those kids that was always excited and always had a lot of energy. And he grew up in a village where everyone knew everybody in the village. Okay, it was specifically the type of village where it was very close-knit community, and in the process of going out there and doing what they do, they had built some very, very strong community networks. And one day Johnny was walking down the road, and across the street he saw who was known as the wise old man of the village. Like, this was the most successful person in the village. And when he recognized him, he quickly ran over to the other side. He goes, oh my God, mister, it's you. And the wise old man looks down at Johnny and says, what can I do for you, Johnny? Mister, I want you to teach me how to become successful, just like you. And the wise man looks down at Johnny and says, well, let me ask you this before we get into all of that. Why do you want to become successful? Because, mister, my mom works hard. I know that you're successful. I know if I can learn from you, I can make my mom's life easier. I need to be able to take care of my mom. And after a minute of thought, the wise man said, okay, Johnny, you know what? If you really want to become successful, then meet me down by the lake tomorrow at the meat shop, and I'll start teaching you how to do it. And Johnny's so excited, couldn't believe his ears, quickly ran on home. And as Johnny was going on home, he ran by the playground. And then the playground were Johnny's friends. And when they saw Johnny, they're like, hey, Johnny, come on over. Come here. Let's play. Because, guys, no, I have no time for that. I'm about to get focused. I'm about to do these big things. We're about to make success happen. And they're like, what are you talking about, Johnny? Just last week, you borrowed $5. That happens. Isn't that true?
Yeah.
Johnny, didn't matter to him, ran on home. As soon as he burst through the door, saw his mom at the kitchen counter, and goes, Mommy, guess what? Where you been, Johnny? Mommy, I just met the success. Don't but me. Go and get ready for dinner. And the whole time during dinner, Johnny couldn't sit still. And eventually she goes, Johnny, what's the matter with you? Why can't you sit still today? Mommy, guess what? I met this successful man, and he told me he's going to teach me how to become successful. Why would he do that? Because I asked him. Why would he do that just because you asked him? There's so many other people trying to talk to him. What makes you different? Well, but Mommy, but nothing. Did you do your homework yet? Because you got to go to school, get good grades, so you can be a doctor, lawyer, engineer. That's what you got to do if you want to make it. But Mommy, but nothing. And the whole rest of dinner, as he sat there quietly, he was thinking about whether it can really work for him, whether he can really become successful. And as he fell asleep that night, he decided, you know what? Let me try and see what happens. And the next day, as he approached the lake, the same doubts, same fears start to set in. He says, well, I know what my goal is. I want to become successful. But how? And in life, when you have a goal, sometimes you can't see the whole way through. Sometimes you have to travel through life like the same way you drive a car at night. When you drive a car at night, you don't see the entire destination from the beginning point to the end point. You travel 200 feet at a time. The headlight beams only show you the next 200 feet. Once you cross those 200 feet, guess what? You can see another 200 feet. And as he was falling asleep, he said, you know what? I'm going to make that happen. And the next day he goes, I'm going to make that happen. So as he got closer and closer to the lake, at the top of the hill, he looked down and he saw the wise old man. And immediately all death and doubt fled from his mind. As he ran on quickly down to the lake, he goes, oh my God, mister, you showed up. Well, of course I did. Why wouldn't I? Well, my friends said they didn't know why I was so excited. But your friends probably didn't see what you saw. That's true. But my mom said she doesn't know why you teach me out of everybody. But you said your mom makes I don't know money. And she struggles. So she's limited in her vision. That's true. Okay, I'm ready. Ready to become successful? Yeah, I am. Good. Hop in the boat. successful? Yes, hop the boat. But what? Shut up and hop the boat. Okay. Johnny hops in the boat and they row out to the middle of the lake. And the wise man looks down at Johnny and says, John, let me ask you one more time. Why do you want to become successful? Because I want to be successful. I want to take care of my mom. I want to give a better life. And as Johnny's talking, the wise old man says, okay, picks him up by the back of the neck and dunks him in the water over the side of the boat. Johnny's so surprised he didn't know what to do. And as he's struggling, the wise man picks Johnny back up. He goes, what do you want? I want to become successful just like you. Dumps him back in the water. Holds him down a little bit longer. Picks him back up. What do you want, Johnny? I want to become successful. Dumps him back in the water. Holds him down a little bit longer. Finally, he picks him back up. What do you want, Johnny? I want air. I want air. I want air. And he puts Johnny down. And he says, Johnny, when you want air, as much as you want success, and when you want success as much as you wanted that air, that's when you're going to find it. Nothing's going to be distracting to you. Nothing's going to get in your way because you're going to fight for it. You're going to fight for every inch. You're going to fight for every foot. And you're going to fight for every step. And in life, I think we're all a lot like little Johnny sometimes. We all have these big dreams, big goals, big desires. But I'll tell you what, along the way, life beats you up too. And when life beats you up too many times, we get all negative. We're like, yeah, no, that's a bitch. And you die. We get like that. We start sitting there like, yeah, it's all well and good. It's good for you. You're already making it. It's not like that. Because we all start in the same position. Where we end up is our attitudes and our way of thinking. I'll tell you one thing that you can take this home with you. When you're negative up here, you're for sure negative down here. When you're negative down here, life is negative for you everywhere. You can't even smile. Don't live life like that. If everything I said to you today makes sense, if you see a way for yourself, it's okay. You don't need to send the whole picture. Tell your friend, they'll show you how to get started. If not, it's okay. May your God be with you. Have a good night.
Thank you.